Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Srimad Bhagavad Gita. In the last class, we have completed the 14th chapter, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yogam. Now, today we are going to start the 15th chapter, which is titled as the Purushottama Yogam. Very important chapter. Bhagavan Sri Krishna continuously from 13, 14, now and 15 is talking about the Gnanam. Being the Gnanam is the ultimate goal or essence of the entire Vedanta, and this chapter has got more importance for some reasons. One is the essence of the Vedas are the Upanishads, and the essence of the Upanishads is the Bhagavad Gita, and the essence of the entire 18 chapters Bhagavad Gita is 15th chapter, and in this 15th chapter also the 15th shloka is the essence. Therefore, this has got a significance. Not only that, Bhagavan Sri Krishna mentions in the last shloka, this chapter contains only 20 shlokas. So, in that the last shloka, he mentions as the Guhyataram Shastram, the Shastram word used by the Lord only in this place. Why is calling only this is as the Shastram? Because the Shastram is so big, Vedas and Upanishads and all that, but the essence of that all is Bhagavad Gita. In that now, what I am going to give is the final, ultimate. Therefore, Bhagavan himself praises and iti guhyatamam shastram idamuktam mayanaka etad buddhva buddhiman syat. Like that he is going to tell, and that shastram word comes. And not only that, all the acharyas generally in the spiritual field given the importance to this 15th chapter for all these reasons, and this chapter being a small chapter, easy to by heart also. So in many ashrams this chapter is chanted before going to start eating. There is also a purpose in that, because Bhagavan says that about the food and the digestive power, the Jataragni. I am only in the form of the Vaishwanara in everybody's stomach. So maybe for all these reasons, this chapter has got the lot of importance, and people generally, if at all we can by heart Bhagavad Gita, this chapter is more than enough, 15th chapter. And Bhagavan Shankara, when he started writing the Bhashyam for this chapter, he mentions few words. Bhagavan Krishna says that Yasmad mad adhinam karminam karma phalam jnaninam cha gnana phalam, which are under my control. The karma yogis will get the karma phalam, I only distribute. And gnaninaha get the gnana phalam, that also I only bless and I taught, I will teach again and again, and they will get it. And in order to come to the gnanam, after starting the karma yoga, again they ataha bhakti yogena mameva shevante te mat prasadat gnana prapti kramena gunatitaha moksham gacchante. That means through bhakti they gradually get promoted and get my blessings, anugraha, and through that they attain the gunatita sthiti, which is nothing but the moksham gacchanti. Gunatitaha bhavanti, moksham gacchanti. Now, in the 13th chapter, what we saw in the name of the Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yogam, what is discussed there about the Kshetrajna or Purusha is only discussed in the 14th chapter also in another name which is called Gunatitam. Gunatitaha. And now the same Kshetrajna, Gunatita, is now termed as the new name Purushottamaha. Purushottamaha means the attributeless Nirguna Brahma Swarupam is called Purushottama. Bhagavan himself going to give the clear definition in the middle of this chapter about that word. He himself uses that word. Therefore, this chapter is called as the Purushottama Vibhaga Yogam. Then, what next Bhagavan Shankara says, if gradually coming from Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga and to Gnana Yoga, then who is able to come straight away to the Gnana and are able to understand and grasp the truth, then what to talk about them? Kimu Vaktavyam Atmanaha Tattvam Eva Samyak Vijanantaha. Those who know clearly the Gnanam Atma Tattvam, without going through any of those things specifically in this life, but straight away they are able to plunge into this Gnana Marga and able to get that Atma Gnanam, then what to talk about them? Need not to say. Being this Atma Gnanam is so important, Bhagavan iti ataha Bhagavan Arjunena aprushthamapi. Interesting, that's why I'm just reading few lines. Arjuna didn't ask anything. Even without asked by the Arjuna, being it is very important, Bhagavan thought of, let me explain to him once more in a different angle. Because already said in the 13th chapter, in the name of the Kshetra Kshetrajna, and in 14th chapter, Gunatita also told. And that too, 14th chapter ending, Bhagavan given a very high tone declaration, Brahmano hi pratishtaham amrutasya yasya cha shashvatasya tadharmasya sukasya cha. 6 words he used and told that I alone expressing through everybody in every body as the Brahmanaha. And what I am? These 6. Amrutam, Shashvatam, Dharmam. Dharmam is Gnana Dharmam. Sukham, Ekantikam, Avyayam. So, but Bhagavan is not satisfied. Let me talk little more. So he is eager to speak about it. That's why Atma Tattvam Arjunena aprushtam, not asked by Arjuna. Bhagavan himself continuously talking. And so Vivakshuhu, therefore with eagerness and interest, Bhagavan again started telling about, because the ultimately One has to recognize and understand this knowledge. There is no other way. Therefore, he started going to tell Urdhvamulam, like that this first shloka. And while explaining this, he is going to compare this entire samsara with a people tree, Ashwatha Vriksha, Vriksha Kalpana. This samsara is whatever the world which we are seeing is like a Ashwatha tree. And Vriksha Kalpana Rupaya. What is the need of telling and this comparison and both? By knowing this description, the person has to get vairagya hetoho. Vivekam, then with that vairagyam has to come. Unless vairagya hetoho, for the sake of creating a dispassion in a person's mind, this samsara swarupa varnanam varnayati. Then when once this viraktasya hi samsarat bhagavat tattva gnane adhikaraha. Unless you have the dispassion about this world, you never become a qualified person to the bhagat tattva gnana adhikaraha na bhavati. You cannot become. Anyasya iti na. For others, it is not possible. So, I have to explain this samsara is not real. Not real. So, if you are in the samsara, choice given, before you are entering, be careful. But you can enter and you can play, you can see, you can be there. But one caution, as like when we want to take a bath in the very fastly flowing the Ganges in Haridwar or like that places, because the beginning that Haridwar, Rishikesh, the Ganges will be very fast because just now came from the heights of the Himalayas. Later only it looks slow in other places, Varanasi or this Prayagraj or like that. Even we don't feel much flowing at all. But if you see in the Rishikesh, very fast, a lot of water current force will be there. You can take bath, enjoy the Ganges bath and all that, but one caution, hold on to some fixed, permanent, strong chain. They will keep in all the ghats a rods fixed in the floor and a strong iron chain. So you hold on to the chain and take dip and enjoy in that cold, fast moving Ganges. Like that, in the samsara, you can be there, but hold on to the truth and work and live in this samsara. If you don't hold on to that, you will become a samsari, dukkhi. If you don't hold that chain and want to take the bath immediately, I want to go and jump, you will be again seen in the Calcutta Ganga Sagar with dead body. So like that, if you want to make this world as a sporting playground, hold on to the truth, then play. If you are not doing that and holding on to the only things which we are seeing here, then you are bound to suffer and become a samsari. Choice is yours. Therefore, I have to tell to the people, because this world is created by me, Brahman, and this is the nature of the world. I have to show both the sides. And this world is generally, our perception when we are not having the viveka discrimination, yeah, world has got lot of beauty and variety and all the novelty also. Yes, what you are saying is correct, but I will ask you one question. Is there is a stability? That is not there. So beauty may be there, novelty may be there, variety is there, but no stability. You know what is the problem if there is no stability? Because of no stability, there is no reliability. You cannot rely on it. Because there is no reliability, you cannot have the predictability. You cannot predict what is going to happen. Unpredictable. Because it is a unpredictability, there is no predictability, then naturally there is no guarantee. Then because there is no guarantee, and anxiety is definite. All are TTT. No stability, no reliability, no predictability, therefore no guarantee, therefore anxiety. You want this? You tell, you choose. So Bhagavan giving the importance. Even though the Vedas Karma Kanda Bhaga talks about the different things, but still this is the ultimately you have to recognize it. Therefore, again 15th chapter, because with this the teaching of the Bhagavad Gita gets over. Only some sadhanas and indicators, hints and all that, and 18th chapter is a summary, again conclusion only. So what Bhagavan wants to say, everything is going to be said here in this, mainly these three chapters, 13, 14, 15. Then I will read the first shloka, then a few more introductory points I will mention, then we'll see the word-to-word meaning of it. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha Adha Panchadashodhyayah Shri Bhagavanuvacha Urthvamulamadha Shakam Ashvedham Prahuravyayam Chandamsi yasya parnani yastam veda sa vedavit. This is the first shloka. I already told that Bhagavan is comparing this entire world samsara with a Ashwatha Vriksha, a people tree. Why he is comparing like this? When you want to compare two things, there should be at least a few common features. Sadharmyam lakshanams should be there. That therefore only we can compare. This is like that, that is like this. So Shankara mentions, or Bhagavan mentions in the coming one or two shlokas, this shloka and another shloka, few sadharmyams, the common features. But let us see overall now itself as some 10 common features. In this, Shankara mentions only 4 or 5. That also I will tell later. What are the 10 common features? One is, generally these fig trees, banyan tree or this peepal tree and still Udumbara tree they say, but generally we all see the fig trees 2, 3 like this. And they will be very huge. In that, particularly this Ashwatha Vriksham is not having the roots like the banyan tree, but it grows so high and so wide, big branches. And all the leaves, each leaf, when there is a wind, it will make a very nice bells like sound. In temples, when you go, you can see if there is a wind around, each leaf will make a noise. Anyhow, it is so big with big branches and all that. Few roots also will be there, but not like in banyan tree. So, because of the vastness, okay, Mahatvam, one point. The world also is same way. It is so vast, big, 14 worlds. And they are trying to see how much is there up. Something they are telling, but they never reached the, this is the boundary or like that. 40 billion light years up to that they are talking. One light year itself we cannot understand. I told you before. From the star, the light which you are seeing today night, for example, or yesterday night you saw, that rays, the light ray, started from the star 4 years back. That you are seeing now. Then you imagine that to what speed? Light years, not normal kilometers. That light year has got some calculation. So far. It taking 4 hours, 4 years means, in the same way, if suppose the star exploded, you will imagine that you will come to know and see here, if anything, after 4 years. That is gone 4 years back. This is what this universe is. Anyhow, the vastness is one common feature, and the second is there is a root cause. If the tree growing so big outer means invisible, the Moola Karanam root is there, that is invisible. Okay. Same way, this world is so vast. Where is its Moolam? Okay. So there is some root cause. For the tree, root is there. For this world also, root cause is there. So a common feature. And this tree has got many branches. Same way here in this world, so many lokas. We say 14, but in that again, maybe some more divisions may be there. So many branches are there. So tree also has got branch, and here also world has got branches or differences, variety is there. On the tree, lots of birds will stay. By evening, if you stand under that people tree, Ashwatha Vriksha, you will listen 2 types of musics. One is the leaves making noise because of the wind, and plenty of birds. All together they shout. Sometimes you have to close your ears. That many birds are there. Same way in the Samsara Vriksha, many Jivarasis, 84 lakhs of varieties of species are living varieties. 84 lakh varieties. Then the birds which are on the tree, they go sometimes to the upper branch and eat the good fruits, or sometimes some birds will come to the lower branch. Is going to upper branch and coming to the lower branch, and because of that enjoying the ripened fruit and not unripened fruit, all this. Same way here in this world, the jivas are also, they eat the fruits of the punya and papa. Going upper branch, down branch means what? Going to the higher world, lower world, this world, that world, keep on changing. So that is one common feature of the vriksha and the world. Then sixth one is there are so many leaves on the tree. Branches, okay, leaves are there. Particularly this Ashwatha vriksha. Every tree, big trees are got leaves. Once if that drying season comes, under the tree, this much like bed, you will see that dried leaves. And so because of that. Now, what is the need of that leaves to the tree? If the leaves are not there, the tree slowly will get dry and malnutritious and die. So if it is a tree alive means even the cactus, it has got some greenness. It contains lots of water and thorns will be there. Desert plants, they don't have leaves, but water is retained, their stems are so thick and greenness is there. So this greenness and leaves are cause for the photosynthesis we studied in science. Because of that, they get the nutrition from the sun and makes the tree to live. In the same way, the samsara vriksha is continuing living because of the Vedas that Bhagavan is going to tell in the shloka itself. Chandam siyasya parnani yastam veda sa vedavit. Therefore, that is another. Here Vedas are protecting because of Vedas only the Karma Kanda portion mainly do this, you will get that. Do Avahanti Homam, do Jyotishta Yoga Homam, and you will go to Swarga. All are told. So because of that, the jivas will do karmas. Again they will come back to the world. So the world will be retained. Like the plant retain tree because of the leaves. Then seventh feature is both are inexplicable, anirvachaniyam. Tree, about the tree. In the tree, seed is first or tree is first? This is always an eternal question. The egg is first or the hen is chicken is first? Which is first? Or coconut is first or the coconut tree is the first? So this anirvachanam, we cannot say. Because of seed came the tree or because of the tree came the seed? You cannot say. Therefore it is inexplicable, anirvachaniyam. That's why this anirvachaniyam will call it as a maya. Now same way this world also, who came first? Karma came first or jiva came first? When it started? How it started? No, we don't know. You cannot explain it. You cannot explain. When it started, how it started, if I ask about your dream, you went to sleep, you are dreaming. Now tell me how it started, you don't know. You cannot explain. When it started, you don't know. You cannot say. So anirvachaniyam, both tree also, or here the world, samsara. And then eighth one is, that's why both are eternal, nityam. Both are eternal, nityam means what? Where sir, the tree fallen, gone. And the tree after many years now destroyed, gone. No, here nityam means tree is not nityam, but the seed and coming the tree and from the trees coming the seed, this process is nityam. This process is eternal, it's a continuous. Same way this world also, it merges somewhere and disappears in the pralayam time and comes again. Just like in our sleep, in our dream emerges and dream gets over. Again dreams keep coming. So here Nityatva means not like Brahma Nityatvam, but when you compare this world and this Vriksha both, in relative plane, they are Nityam. They are not as Nityam as like the Satyam. Relatively, apekshik, relatively Nityam. We say Devatas are Amarargal, they are eternal. Eternal means compared to this life, worldly life here for human being, they live for a long time. In that way only, not permanently. So, but that is there, Nityatvam is there. And Chalanatvam is there. There is a constant movement and change. Movement. How much the tree may be big, but when that cyclone winds comes, the tree will shake and move like this. Many times because of that wind, if that soil is not strong and the roots are not strong, the tree sometimes fall also. So, but we will see at least the upper portion, branches and everything from distance if you see, even that such a tall coconut tree, palm trees, if when cyclone comes and wind, you will see that tree is moving like this. But actually root is not moving, but the above thing is keep on. The Chalanatvam is there. Here also a constant moving is there, change is there. Jivas goes from this loka to other loka. Or here itself we are shifted to the, we born somewhere and we are pushed and come to somewhere. And then later we don't know. But after many years if you think, why I came to Coimbatore? How I came? Like that. Either job or whatever may be. Sometimes without any job or anything, or suddenly we change the place. Who is pushing and changing that? We never thought of that we will come and stay in this place. Okay? These are all unknown like that. So there is a Chalanatvam. Now the last 10th one is, whatever may be, is this can be destroyed also, uprooted also. If the tree, if you want to remove it, if you cut it first and then dig and remove all the roots, the tree once for all gone. Yes? Because otherwise if I say Nityam, then that Nityatvam is the process of that seed and the plant we are telling. But particularly that Vriksha can be removed. But still in the case of the world, samsara, there is no seed at all again. There is no again root at all. There is no question of again sprouting once for all. If you are able to realize and recognize the Brahman, the Karanam, support, and with that Gnanam and with the dispassion, you can destroy and remove this world samsara once for all. Bhagavan himself is going to tell in the third shloka, Asanga shastrena dridhena chitva. So these are all the 10 common features between the vriksha and the samsara. Therefore, not only that, this comparison has told in the Kathopanishad. Mostly we told Bhagavan Krishna borrowed many quotations and the statements from the Kathopanishad. Maybe he likes the Kathopanishad more. There it is said in the last valley, first shloka, Urdhva Mulo Kwa Shakha Eshaha Ashwathaha, same word. sanatanaha tadeva shukram tad brahma tadeva amrutam uchyate. The moolam, the root, karanam, that is shashvatam here, uh, in Brahma's case. So moolam, that is unperceivable. Anyhow, there it is told. And Shankara says, even in some Purana also it is mentioned this. What Purana he didn't mention, but later on some many other commentators found these shlokas what Shankara mentioned in the Bhashyam, and I have not referred, but somebody says that this is in the Mahabharata Ashwamedha Parva. Same thought. What Krishna is going to tell now in the shloka number 1 and shloka number 2 and 3, all together in the Ashwamedha Parva Mahabharata, told 4 shlokas. I will just read for my sake. Some words you can understand also easily. Avyaktamoola prabhavaha asyaivanugrahottitaha. The unknown, invisible, which is not able to perceive by the indriyas, this world, that moolam is the cause for this entire projection. And because of its asyeva anugraha uttitaha, because of its anugraha, blessing, this is appearing. Buddhiskandamayaschaiva indriyantara kotaraha. This buddhi, the mahattattvam is the trunk, and in the trunk there will be some holes. Sometimes big holes also will be there. In Shankara Vijayam, we saw Shankaracharya in some place found a big tree, and even in Sri Shailam they say that our Kanchi Mahaperiyar also found such a big hole in the tree. Generally these tapasvis, yogis use that as their staying place. They stay, go and in that. So they will be protected by the wind and the rain and all that. Like that. So trunk is the moola tattvam. Buddhi means here mahat tattvam. In that there are so many holes. That holes are here indriyantara kotaraha. These indriyas are the like that holes in that tree of the samsara. Mahabhuta vishakascha vishayaihi patravamstada. Mahabhuta vishakascha vishayaihi patravamstada dharma dharma pushpas supushpascha sukha dukkha phalodayah. So these Panchamahabhutas are the branches. Okay, Panchamahabhutas are the branches. And the Vishayas are all here, whatever we are seeing, they are all leaves like. And in that tree, the flowers are coming. Dharma, adharma, pushpa. And because of that, sukha, dukkha, phala, udayaha. Very simple and beautiful explanation. Ajivya sarva bhutanam brahma vrikshas sanatanaha. This is called Brahma Vriksha actually, because without Brahman, this Vriksham is not appearing. This Brahma Vriksham, which is eternal, is the support for the entire Jivarasis. Etad Brahmahavanam Chaiva Brahma Charati Nityasaha. In this forest of the world, The Brahma is always moving. That means what? Brahma is not moving actually. In Brahman, all these are appearing. But here expression, etat Brahma vanam. This is Brahma vanam. In that, Brahma nityashaha charati is constantly moving. It is always present. Okay. But this Namarupa, these things may be appearing, may not appear. Etachitva cha bhitva cha gnanena paramasina. This tree of samsara or outer tree, chitva cha bhitva cha, hit and break, hit and cut it. You have to hit to cut. By giving hit more, then the cutting will take place, and then afterwards what happens? With how you will cut it? Gnanena paramasina, with the strong big sword of the knowledge. Then gnanena paramasina tataschatmaratim prapya. Then after gaining the realization of the Atma, tataschatmaratim prapya tasma vartate punaha. You never again come back to any body as a somebody and suffer again in this world as a samsari. This is what the meaning of 4 shlokas the Shankara mentions. That is, so this idea of the Vriksha Kalpana is not new. And so this is all the entire background of this chapter. Now with this, let us see the meaning of the words of this first shloka. Urdhva Moolam. Here Urdhva word is not referring as general meaning of the dictionary up. Urdhva means up, Atha means down. Then what? The origin, the Karanam, Moolam, is not visible. Here Urdhva means, Shankara writes, another name to Brahma. For Brahma, Urdhva means Brahma. Why it is called Urdhvam? Urdhva means best, supermost. For that also Urdhvam is topmost, top number 1. Another meaning is Indriya Agocharam. So it is not a relative thing, up or down, back or side. That is not talked here. Brahma. This Moolam, Karanam, for appearing of an entire Namarupa Prapancha. Okay. Now in dream, you, as a dreamer, you are seeing the dream. Okay. Then that dream is for a dreamer. If I ask the dreamer won't talk generally. Dreamer, because he doesn't know that he is dreaming. Only after waking up, suppose if I ask you that you saw the dream inside or outside. But generally you say, in me only. What is the meaning of in you? But in dream you are not having any concept of there also you are seeing the space. There you are getting another set of special indriyas. These indriyas are not functioning. This body is not functioning. Then Swapna Deham and Swapna Indriyam, another set. Then another important point here. Suppose the waker went into the dream and then came back, he woke up. Now suppose if I ask the awakened person, is the dream is true, what you saw, what you experienced? No, not at all. Not at all. Now suppose, let us imagine, we are talking to the dreamer. We are talking to the dreamer. Imagine, dreamer. If we say, ask the dreamer, is this waking world is real? For dreamer, this waking world is a dream, not real. For the waker, as like the dream world is not real, dreamer is not real, from the standpoint of the dreamer, this waker, the waking world is unreal. So Gnani, that's why yesterday in Panchadash I told, only two things are there, Nidra and dream. For Vedanta, there is no Jagrata Avastha separate, because it's also considered as dream. Therefore, Urthvam Moolam. And it is Brahma. Urdhvam Uchyate Brahma. Shankara writes. Then why? Brahma means bigger than the biggest. So Urdhva means bigger than the biggest. Urdhva means unperceivable to the senses and mind. So it is not a literary meaning up. Now when Bhagavan is telling what Shankara wrote here, this Urdhva Moolam, 4 or 5 points. I told now 10 points, the comparison like. But he is using the technical terms. Kalataha. Kalataha is Urdhva means beyond the time. No time there. And Sukshmatvat. Okay. Kalataha. And second is Sukshmatvat. It is incomprehensible to the senses, so subtle. Then Karanatvat. That is the root or the cause. And Nityatvat. That is eternal. And Mahatvat. In this 1 or 2 I mentioned there already. I started with the Mahatatvan only, that vastness. So for all these reasons, Urdhva word, okay, Urdhva Moola. Generally, some translations books you see, Bhagavan is talking about a tree which is a topsy-turvy. That means the tree which is doing Sirshasana. Because Moolam is Urdhvam. All the roots are up and all the leaves are in the ground. Have you seen any tree like that here? So it is not that way. Okay, tree kalpana. Otherwise, generally topsy-turvy tree. The roots are up and leaves are under the ground. No tree is not growing like that. So Urdhva Moolam. So the samsara vrikshasya moolam, this Urdhva Moolam, samsara vriksha. This world which you are seeing, this tangible, this world, where it is standing, on which it is appearing, and on which it is disappearing, that Brahma. Urdhva Moolam means, or Purushottama means Nirguna Nirakara Parabrahma Tattvam. Then Athaha Shakaha. Atha means here again not down, meaning from that this all the different variety of branches, the world, different lokas are all, okay, they are all appearing. Then Atashakam means Mahat, I told, Buddhi, Ahankaram and Tanmatras, the each indriyas, tanmatras they called, when they were not settled into this, not mixed with the Panchamahabhutas and combinations are not happened, that time tanmatras. Therefore, each indriya has got a tanmatra, its own source. So, Mahat, Ahankara and Tanmatradaya, all this together is called Shakaha. All this together is called Shakaha. And this is called Ashwatham. Now, name given to the tree, Ashwatha tree. So, general meaning is people tree. People tree. In Tamil, Arasamaram. So, Ashwadham. But Shankara gives one different meaning, and many other commentators give the also some extra meanings. What Shankara says is, Shvaha means tomorrow. Sthata, sthata, sthita, stha, even there is no guarantee that it will be there tomorrow. That is called Ashwatham. Shvaha api sthata navaktum arhati. You cannot say shvaha titaha. Tomorrow whether it will be there. Why tomorrow? Next 1 hour, next, we don't know. But just for shvaha means tomorrow. That is called Ashwatha Vriksha. Ashwatha. Some other commentators Ashwatvat tishtati. Ashwa means a horse. The beauty of the horse, greatness of the horse is very rarely it will lie down on the floor. It will stand and sleep. It will stand and sleep. If the elephant is not sleeping, very rarely it also sleeps. Mostly it will stand and sleep, means because its body is so heavy. For it to lie down and getting up is very a big project for elephant. But horse is why to? Because it is stands and sleep, but in that sleep it is very alert. It is not like donkeys also stand and sleep. If you see any donkey on the road, today night 10 o'clock, and again tomorrow morning up to 5 o'clock, it will be there only. But donkey is not alert like the horse. Horse is very alert. Like that, this world is very firmly, strongly holding and appearing like that. Ashwatha. Ashwavat tishtati ashwatha. Another thing is about this fig tree. Its birth is very, very unique. It is not like all other plants, just like that. If you take the seed and put it, it won't come. And Ashwatha tree has got so many fruits. The fruits are stick to the branch, and they will be in bunches. In one small fruit, if you see, there are so many mustard-like seeds. And not only that, in one fruit, there are so many creatures. That means each fruit is like one Brahmanda, anda. And these many andas like galaxies and stars and grahas are holding there and there. This Ashwatha Vriksha has got so many, they will hold on, the Atipalam or all this, hold on to the branch only. Not only that, the birth of it, the seed, if you make it dry or anything, if you put it, it never grow. It will grow maximum only through the eating of the bird. You see the uniqueness of the fig trees. The ripened fruit has to be eaten by the bird, and the seeds will go through the gastrointestinal tract, and when the excreta dropped somewhere, after that only it will grow. And these birds always put their excreta on the top of the parapets of the building, or in between the two drainage pipes, or somewhere in the top of the water tank, somewhere on the old forts and all that. That's why you will see on the top of the building, on the walls or somewhere, this people tree will grow. It will grow. Sometimes we will astonish on some electric pole. Electric pole is unused electric pole. Some mud is there. Somehow that people tree is growing there. Somehow it will catch us. Once if it gets the grip, it will break the building walls also. Such a strong. So the point is here, the process through the GI tract only, it will germinate. The meaning here is, this world cannot appear simply like that unless the combination of the Kshetra and Kshetrajna. Here Kshetrajna is the bird, and Kshetram is the eating the fruit. So then only this world appears. All the time these two. So that is another like that. Some commentators tell differently about Ashwatha. So Ashwathamenam and Urthomulam Adashakam Ashwadham Prahuhu Avyayam. This is eternal. Avyayam means it never. Here Avyayam word is not applicable to the world, but the Moolam is Avyayam, because world is disappear. But the few points I told, that the world also seems to be continuing, no? Whether one person become a Gnani and attained the moksha, but there are many, now Gnani attained the moksha, he is living still, but for him the world is existing. Or Gnani gone, he Mahasamadhi done, but the world is still there. So it is also Avyayam only one way, it continues eternal. So whether you say the world is eternally continuing, okay, or the Moolam is also eternal. But in this, which is really eternal, if that is also eternal and I am also eternal, and if I am caught up in this world with this body, mind, upadhi, then how can I escape? The question will come. No, it is not like that. Answer will come. You have to negate it. You have to negate it. As you negate the dream when you are wake up, now if you recognize that you are the Brahman, everything gets negated. Even though it seems to be eternal, even though it seems to be permanent. That's why people lament like anything and hit their head. How can I escape from this? When these problems will go? How I can be relieved? They won't go. You just throw them out. You just give a zero importance. That is the only way. That is the only way. Therefore, Avyayam, Samsara Mayamayam Anadikala Pravruttitvat Saha Ayam Samsara Vrikshaha Avyayaha. Generally, if you don't recognize what is the Moolam, it will keep on continue. That is what Shankara says. Samsara Mayamayam Anadikala Pravrutti Tvat. Then that samsara, ayam, samsara vrikshaha also is called avyayam. It is also eternally appearing. What do we say generally? As long as you are not recognizing your essential nature, You will get again punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam. You are once for all booked. You cannot escape from it unless otherwise you recognize and claim that you are Brahman. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. Avyayah. Adi anta dehadi santanashraya. Deha and mind, all this body, mind, intellect complex, they are coming from where, appearing from where? Adi anta rahitam, anadyanta, which it doesn't have any beginning or end, the eternal Brahma, in that it is appearing. That eternal Brahma is I only. Therefore, it is called one way avyayam, but another way really moolam is avyayam, imperishable, but this can be perishable when gnanam comes. In this way, the description given in this first shloka as the introduction, then what are these, the samsara vriksha has got many more facets, dimensions, that all Bhagavan going to explain in the second shloka that we will see in the next class. So, after second shloka only, in third shloka he gives the remedy, what to do about it, how can we deal with it. So, maximum description through that Purana, Mahabharata description and Shankara's words I have explained. But now what Bhagavan is saying, that also if you listen you will understand, yes, all are, Bhagavan is telling few of them in his own words, that comparison of the vriksha, what is what is what. Okay? Therefore, that we will see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat. No. Okay, anyhow, time is over. Second line I have not completed. Okay, but that takes a lot of again time, because the main conclusion is comes in that second line only. Chandamsi yasya paranani yastam veda savedavita. That anyhow we will see. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.